What is going on, everybody? What is going on? The Catch fam. Hope you guys are doing phenomenal tonight, man. Hope you guys have had a great Wednesday. Hope everyone's week is going fantastic. Hope you guys are ready for another live 2023 fantasy football mock draft with you guys, of course, with the Catch fam. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight, spending part of your night here on the channel. And of course, thank you guys to those of you who were able to join the mock tonight, getting it filled kind of late night here. Sorry for the late start tonight. Been fighting a migraine all day, but nonetheless, I'm excited to be here with you guys, excited to mock draft you guys, and most importantly, excited to talk some fantasy football tonight. So you guys know what to do, man. Sorry, I just hit my mic like 5 times in a row, but you guys know what to do. Hit the like button on the way in, hit that subscribe button. Of course, if you guys are new to the channel and hop in the live chat, let me know what's popping. Let me know how you guys are doing. Any NFL topics you guys want to go over, any fantasy football topics you guys want to go over, whether it is redraft, dynasty, super flex, I don't care. Fantasy football. Put in the chat. Let's do it, baby. So, okay. Redraft format tonight. Standard, you know, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, tight end, 2 flex, some bench spots. You guys know what it is, man. Full PPR. So, I'm going to kick this off. I mean, everyone's here, right? So, we'll start right at 11:40 p.m. Eastern time. So, you guys have about a minute. Last call, about a minute here. So, let's do it. Last night, we lost a drafter or two. I don't want to lose you guys tonight. We need to make this mock draft intense. All right, who's in the live chat? Let's see what's popping. Guys, 11:40 p.m. Eastern time. I'll send one last warning out on Discord, and then I'm going to hop in the live chat, see what's going on with everybody. So, let me type this out. Draft starts in 1 minute. There we go. All right, that's out. Man, you guys filled this mock super quick tonight. I felt like it was August. Thank you, guys. All right. Who's in the live chat? Box and the Jack. What's up, man? How you doing? How you doing? Hello, hello, hello. We've got Coast to Coast. Who you picking number 1, man? You got number 1 2 nights in a row. Better not be Patrick Mahomes or Bijan Robinson, but we'll see who it is tonight, man. How you doing? Thomas was good, my guy. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope all you guys are doing fantastic tonight. Albert, what's up, man? Chase, you're the GOAT. Not me, you are. The kid. Yeah, so I randomized the draft order a little bit early. Cats, just to see what would happen. All right, we're starting this mock draft. Let's do it. There's your little noise. Coast to Coast at 1.1. All right, let's do it, baby. J-Dub's at 1.2. What's up, JW? Marvin Jones back with the Lions. I did see that. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a good football move for the Lions, by all means. Good depth move, I should say. Because they're going to lose Reynolds, right? And they lost Chark. So, yeah, he kind of fills that same role as Chark. So, I'm good with it. Grail Collect, if you're out there, you're on the clock. There we go. There's green dots. We got Cup, JJ, and Chase off the board. Definitely fits the title. There goes JT. Heard Will Levis's bombing interview so bad he's dropping to the 2nd round. Ooh. Now that's interesting. Where'd you hear that? I haven't seen that personally. Walito, what's up, man? I'm doing fantastic. I'm excited to be here tonight. Excited to draft and talk some fantasy. So, how are you doing, man? It's nice to see you. Boss man, what's going on? Hello, hello. Going with Tyreek Hill at the 1.6. I'm going to try and switch it up tonight a little bit. So Will Levis not doing too well in interviews, huh? I'm getting excited for the draft. Getting excited for our dynasty leagues. Yeah, we had like no NFL news today. I mean, Albert calling out the Marvin Jones signing. That's the most exciting thing to happen today. Like, The Cowboys re-signed. Oh gosh, I can't remember the defensive tackle's name. Well, I don't remember what team he was on, but he's played for the Cowboys before, so didn't re-sign him back, from playing this previous year. But yeah, there was like nothing happening today whatsoever. Calais Campbell's going to the Falcons. That was kind of interesting. Man, Austin Eckler at the 1.10 is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'll go CD here. I mean, there's so many players you could go with right here. I'm trying to take a look. Try to decide who I want to go with at 2.2. What's up, Emil? The 1.12 goes Barkley. Thought about Barkley. Thought about Henry. Adams is still here. Josh Jacobs. There goes Adams. I'm going to go Amon-Ra here. I'll get a little crazy tonight. Taylor, I don't know if it's true, but I saw it on Twitter today. Yeah, I mean, careful with those Twitter sources. Like to try and spice things up this time of year. But nonetheless, an interesting conversation. Guerrero Collect, what's up, man? It's good to see you. How you doing, my guy? Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you in the draft tonight. Sorry. Once again, guys, I am I've been a little out of it this week. And I was especially out of it today. I had to tough it out today at work, so. But I'm here. I'm here. That's all that matters, so. Jonathan Hankins was with the Texans. I played for the Cowboys previously. Thank you, boss man. As one of our official Cowboys insiders, thank you very much. We're going to throw together some redraft leagues probably late in the summer. Yeah, so, gosh, I feel like this offseason, truthfully, is flying by. Because we started planning for the Catch Fam tournament like April, May of last year, like end of April. So, yeah, I'll probably start putting it together beginning of May. But it's a much more complex, or excuse me, not complex. It's much less of a complex, ordeal than the Dynasty Leagues. So, yeah, essentially, there's just going to be a thread on Discord, and you guys can either put your email on there, or you can DM me your email, and then you'll just be added to the list, and then you'll get an invite. Last year, we had 4 leagues, okay? So one difference, this is a good conversation. Thank you for bringing this up, Thomas. Before we get in that, Chase says, I had to. Austin won me a league last year. Yeah. I love everything about Austin Eckler at the 1.10, I think it's a phenomenal pick for you. Don't know why he's falling back that far. I don't care if he might get traded or might not. I don't care what team he's on. Just like C-Mac. I don't care if C-Mac is on the Panthers or the Niners. He is C-Mac, right? Feel the same way about Eckler. So, anyways. Yeah. So, for the Catch Fam tournaments, last year, I just played in one individual league, right? And then I commissioned each league. And that did allow for more people to be in each league, right? Because then we had 12 open spots as opposed to 11 open spots. And then in League 1, we really only had 10 open spots because it was Steven and myself. So, this year, I want to play in each league with you guys. I want every single league to have my active fantasy presence just outside of me commissioning the leagues, right? So I think that'll be a little fun. We'll probably, I don't know, I really don't think we'll have more than 5 leagues this year in terms of the Catch Fam tournament. And the prizes will probably be a little bit different this year. I still have prizes from this past year to send out. I know that sounds really bad. Some of you guys are probably mad at me. But you guys can hit me up on Discord about that. I have everything together. It's been a crazy start to the year for me. So, but regardless, yeah. I think the Catch Fam tournament, I mean, we'll make it as large as we need to. I do think down the road, eventually, there might be a point where I have to make a decision, like, You can be grandfathered in, and if you don't claim your spot the following year, then your spot's open. And then I might have to start like randomizing who gets in, who doesn't. I don't know. That's down the road. But regardless, for those of you who are YouTube members, so most of you guys who are already in the Dynasty Leagues, right? Some of you guys who are YouTube members are not choosing to play in the Dynasty Leagues, which is fine. There will be exclusive redraft formats this year as well. So Super Flex Leagues, Auction Leagues. The Auction League from last year will be renewed. If people don't claim their spot, I'll get people to join. But we're gonna have some fun leagues this year. I do want to have one league that is just like ridiculous. I don't know exactly what that's gonna entail, but yeah, if you guys have thoughts, ideas, nothing's guaranteed, but it's a good time to have those conversations about what you guys would like to see out of the free league tournament, which is probably not going to change much. I'm not going to lie, because that's a lot to manage. You know, managing 4 leagues on top of everything else is a lot. So I don't really want to change up the Catch Fam League too much. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, it's the same format as, you know, like what we're mock drafting with right now. We have 2 flex spots. Like that's about as crazy as it gets. So, oh, I think I'm just gonna get wild tonight. I think I'm gonna go heavy receiver. Ooh. I think I'm going to take the second quarterback off the board. I'm going to go Mahomes here. Let's get crazy. Grail missed out last year. I'll be in there this season for sure, man. We'd love to have you, broski. Of course. Carter J, what's going on, my guy? Hello. Welcome to it. How you doing, my guy? Appreciate the question tonight. 12-team, 1 quarterback dynasty, half PPR. I have Eckler, Akers, Madison, Amon-Ra, DK, Juju, with 2 2024 first and 2 2025 first. Would you rather have Saquon or Joe Mixon and Debo? Truthfully, I'd rather have Saquon. You have risk either way, right? Because Debo holds some limitations in terms of his overall risk. I just, from a dynasty standpoint, I'm not personally in love with Debo. I like Ayuk a little bit more. You know, Debo's great for upside, but especially with Christian McCaffrey in that offense, I just don't personally believe we're going to get the Debo Samuel that we got before he signed his contract. You know what I mean? I don't think we're going to see that running element as much as we did, right? So, and even then, Debo is banged up on a consistent basis. I think Debo is a great fantasy asset. We actually talked about this earlier in the week. Like, I would not want to rely on Debo as my wide receiver 1. In the redraft format, from a long-term standpoint, I would not want to be relying on Debo. But let's take a look at your receivers one more time. And you got Amon-Ra and DK. So, like, in that scenario, it also depends, Carter, like, how many receivers do you play in your league? How many flex spots do you have as well? Because in that situation, I think Debo's okay. I mean, you know, DK's 25. Amon-Ra, how old is Amon-Ra? 23, that's what I thought. So I think having that veteran presence is okay. But I just, listen, Saquon, you know, we were talking about injuries with Debo. There's some injury concern with Saquon as well over time. And he's a little bit older, right? 26, going into his 6th season. At the moment, franchise tag with the Giants. And I mean, listen, I think it would be, I don't know. The way that the NFL is shifting at the running back position, I don't know long term, unless the Giants like just have a phenomenal year, which like they could, you know. I just don't know long term if the Giants are really going to hold on to Saquon for no more than 3 years after this franchise tag. I mean, who knows? They could get a deal sorted out this offseason. He's on the franchise tag right now. They could get it sorted out, right? I don't know. Realistically, right? Because so many teams are moving on quickly from the running back position, right? It's just the nature of the NFL, and he's already been in that position for a few years. So, You do have to consider that. But looking at your running backs with Eckler, Akers, and Madison, I do think getting an upgrade at running back is more important for you. And long-term, Mixon has a big question mark right now. It's a little bit of a tough question to answer just around the circumstances with Joe Mixon, right? Let me make this pick very quickly. And what a snipe chase. Had to take Kirk from right under my arms. All right, I mean, I got to take some running backs anyway, so go Swifty. Ooh, I kind of like this little team here. Oh, man, I wanted Christian Kirk. I mean, you know I wanted him, right? I mean, that was just cruel. Just cruel. Am I sleeping on Monty? Like, I still see Swift. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Monty's probably the right choice there. All right. All right, so Carter says 2 wide receivers, 2 flex. I appreciate the question, bro. Chase, I'm familiar with your game. That's a good pick for you, bro. I was kind of surprised he fell out that far. Almost got Lockett or Kirk. So, I mean, you've got Amon-Ra and DK right there. Eckler and Akers. Be able to flex Saquon. It looks like Juju's your next primary flex, right? I personally like that. I believe in Akers. I know that sounds crazy. I mean, listen, with any running back in terms of long-term outlook, I don't have a lot of faith unless it's Eckler, CMC, Bijan, Walker, Hall. And by long-term, I mean like another 2 to 3 years. Like, the running back position is just not a valued position in throughout NFL teams, right? It is replaceable more than probably any position, right? So you have to think about that when it comes to dynasty formats. But yeah, personally, I would still rather have Saquon. But chat, let us know. For our boy Carter, Mixon and Debo or Saquon. 12-team, 1 quarterback, dynasty, half PPR. That's another thing. Half PPR, the running back position holds more value, right? Eckler, Akers, Madison, Amon-Ra, DK, Juju is what he's rolling with at the moment. So, if you have any other thoughts, continued questions based off of my initial thoughts, let me know, Carter. Thomas, I've only been in 1 league my fantasy career, so I'm excited. Oh, yeah, it's going to get juicy then. I mean, the Catch Fam tournament was very competitive last year. Like, I think across all 4 leagues, we had 2, maybe 3 people who kind of dropped out, which is pretty good for how many people we were managing at once. So, and each league was just super competitive. So, some really good rosters out there, some really good drafts, but waiver wire and trades throughout the year were pretty intense too. So, it'll be fun, man. And it's just good vibes. Good. I mean, the tournament's just fun. And like I said, I want to play in each individual league this year as opposed to just commissioning 4 leagues and playing in 1. So, not including the auction league. So, I'm excited to run back that auction league from last year. I'm excited to have some exclusive leagues for those of you guys who are YouTube members. It's just going to be fun. It's probably going to get out of hand. I'm probably going to run like 10 to 12 leagues this year. And truthfully, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that again in the future, so I'm really going to try and enjoy it with those of you who are here at the beginning of this season and everything, man. So, yeah. Taylor, I'm pretty new, so did not know about the redraft leagues. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. It'll be fun. Be epic. Excited to have you this year. Brian, big fan of Monty this year. Yeah, I do feel like Monty could really thrive in that offense. I feel like Monty's a safe pick. The floor pick. Swift's the upside pick with a lot of risk. And a lot of risk. Like every time I pick Swift, for some reason I assume that Monty's already off the board. All right, let me take a look here. Who in the world I'm going to draft? Man, the fact that Trevor Lawrence is sitting here at 7.11. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to complain about Mahomes at 4.2. But I like my boy T-Law. Someone draft T-Law. It'll make your team better. All right, give me A.J. Dillon. I feel like Dillon has fallen back just slightly in ADP. Goodart's gone. Bye-bye, Goddard. All right, give me Lizard, the Lizard Man. Oh, I kind of like this squad. Better than last night. My team last night was bad. And I was like out of it last night. I felt like I put together an awful stream last night. All right, I'm going to make my face small. So you guys see the draft board. All right, Boss Man says Saquon. Chase says Saquon. Thomas, never done an auction before. I'm probably good on that. You know, you'd be surprised. We will run some auction mock drafts. And because a lot of people said that last year, like I had never done an auction league. I had never done an auction league personally. And oh my God, do I like an auction league. It is just like so different. The draft is like so much fun. They do take longer. Like we had to run those auction mock drafts on Saturdays. And some nights we were like, okay, you guys good for the night? We always finished them, but you know. It is fun, man. It's very different. It is. But truthfully, like, just the draft part is different. And then, like, we did free agency bidding. So you start the year with, for example, $150 to spend on free agency. And, like, those are really the only differences. Like, in terms of managing your team throughout the year, it's not any different. So, but yeah, it really is fun. And I would at least encourage you to try out one or two of the auction mocks throughout the year because it might change your perspective a little bit. Chase, I do really like Pacheco as an RB2. And I will say on this specific roster I'm building tonight, you know, a little scary, right? Because an Andy Reid offense can always slap you in the face. But I think Pacheco is going to have a really good sophomore year. Then I got Dillon, who's still got Jones hanging around. Then I got Swift, which is self-explanatory. So, like, you know, maybe if I had Monty there as a little bit of a safer pick. I still don't mind the value on A.J. Dillon, but... Or maybe if I went with a running back over DJ Moore, but there wasn't really a lot there. Maybe Najee. Maybe Dalvin Cook, you know. But yeah, if you score a running back early and you're able to get Pacheco in the 6th... Like, I mean, you know, like Boss Man getting Walker in the 2nd. If you're able to land Pacheco in the 6th and Algier, like that's a really nice running back room. So, yes, as an RB2, especially, I do like him. Carter, really want the Saquon side. Just worried it's going to leave me a little shallow at wide receiver depth / flex. But I want to upgrade the running back spot since mid last year. My bench isn't bad. The 4 first round picks. Makes it worth it, though, in my mind. I can't replace that wide receiver depth. Yep. I mean, let me know, like, what type of trade you're having to give up. What's your 4 first over the next 2 years? Oh, so you have 4 first rounds over the next 2 years. Yeah, and, of course, you can always hop on Discord, post your roster. Overall, just post your entire team and what you're looking at in terms of your potential trade and everything. Get some community feedback. I can give you a little bit of a deeper dive too. Okay, I have no idea who I'm going to draft here. Trevor Lawrence at 8.3 almost makes me angry. All right, give me commit. No. I should have gone Gainwell before commit. That's on me. Because Emil already had Goddard, so that was just a bad pick by me. But that makes it interesting. I'm going double tight end. Give me Ingram. Yeah, I'm like okay with this team. Who needs running backs anyways? Grail took Lamar in this mock. He gets traded to the Colts. I have no idea what's going to happen with Lamar. You know, I think... I mean, I feel like I'm back and forth like every night with this, but I think it's very possible that the Ravens match whatever offer someone else is offering him, and he doesn't want to stay there, and he signs a whatever franchise tag and sits out for a year, or the Ravens match whatever's being offered and he just plays for the Ravens. I don't know, man. I just have a feeling this whole situation is going to be a little bit of a letdown. I don't know. I'm probably wrong. I mean, you're just hearing so many crazy, like, to the Colts, which I actually have been bringing that up for a couple weeks. I know that's becoming more of a hotter topic, but I've heard the Buccaneers. I mean, I do feel like if Lamar does go to another team, which is still very likely, don't get me wrong, could be a team just like nobody's thinking of. Of course, people are throwing the Falcons out there. And I do think like one interesting point, right, is that the Falcons did obviously pursue Deshaun Watson last year. So I don't think that's too far-fetched, even with Arthur Smith coming out and saying that Desmond Ridder is their starter. I mean, what else is he supposed to say, right? I don't think the Jets are going to... I don't think that's really a thing, personally. I think the Jets, Rodgers, all that's going to happen, right? Might not happen until after the draft or right before the draft or during the draft, but I don't know. There's just only so many teams, right? And I don't know if this reporting has changed, right? But I think it had come out that it didn't matter what year the first-round picks were, right? Like, it could be a 2025, 2026 first-round pick. It's just that the Ravens were more than likely not willing to take that, right? But I've also heard that most teams are not willing to give up a 2023 first-round pick as part of the package for Lamar. So it could truthfully be a 2024, 2025 first package. So I don't know, guys. There's just a ridiculous amount of reports and speculation continuing to pile around Lamar Jackson's name. And you guys know how I am this part of... Well, I cannot talk tonight. You guys know how I am this time of year, right? Like, it's... You just want to sit back. It's okay to talk about it, speculate. It's okay to have an opinion. But just write it out, let it happen. I mean, I said the same thing about Rodgers last year. It's like, you heard so many things in so many directions. It's like, let's just sit back, see what happens. Same thing with Russie Wilson, you know. See what happens. And Rodgers stayed with the Packers. And Russ did get traded. But, you know, just enjoy the offseason. It's just so many reports in so many different directions. Thomas, I'll consider it. Fantasy Football Live talks about it a lot during the season. Yeah, I really... I just like auction leagues. But if you're down for redraft, we're down to have... I mean, you're already taking on Dynasty, which is new for you as well. Sorry, man. Did not mean to snipe Ingram from you. If I didn't go Ingram there, it would have been Zay Jones. I thought maybe Jones would fall out to 11.11. He goes at the 11.7. Carter, welcome to the Discord, man. Yeah, you can always post questions on there. Post your roster on there. Whatever you need to do, man. Pretty active community on there. Ooh. I don't know where I want to go with this next pick, but I need some running back depth in the 11th round. The best time to need it, right? Jeez. That was ugly. Just looked at the available running backs. I mean, it's pretty thin out here. I'm drafting KJ Osborne in the 11. Still a couple good tight ends out there. I mean, I'm not looking at quarterback or tight end right now. Yeah, it's not pretty. I thought about going Thielen. I am kind of interested. How do you guys feel about Adam Thielen? This is not really something we've talked a lot about since, he was signed by the Panthers. Double-digit games last year. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Relatively healthy last year. Only missed one game. He had missed 2 or more games from 2019 through 2021. So, I mean, like, we were going into last year, I liked Thielen. Just had his value. 14 touchdowns 2020, 10 touchdowns 2021, 6 in 2022. But obviously a lot of that came from the chemistry with Kirk Cousins. We don't know who's going to be slinging him the rock this year. But in the 12th round, the value's probably there. I mean, he's 32 going into his 11th season, which is crazy because, like, I remember when Adam Thielen was, like, this receiver who came out of nowhere, in 2016. I mean, it feels like ages ago. Well, that's not the point I'm making. It was literally like ages ago, but it does not feel that way. Yeah, just crazy, man. Was Gabe Davis 11th round bad last year? Dude, Gabe Davis is just one of those players who has such a stain on his name. Such big expectations last year. 836 receiving yards, 7 touchdowns. Wide receiver 36. Yeah, I'd probably consider him the 11th round. We got to see what the Bills do in the draft at receiver, if they do anything, though. Just drop my lineup in the Fantasy Talk thread on Discord. Please give me some feedback for your team. Would be much appreciated. 100%. I'll take a look at that after the draft. And guys, if you're on Discord, throw Carter some thoughts and opinions. Safety blanket for rookie QB. How about Chark? Yeah, so Thielen versus Chark, right? I think I'd rather have Thielen because he tends to bring a little bit more consistency to the table. I mean, Chark, 11 games last year, 4 games, 2021, 13, 2020. I mean, really the last time he put together a very productive season was 2020. So I'm a little hesitant there. And I like DJ Chark as a player. I really do. But I feel like his progression overall has not been as promising. But with that being said, he's younger. And he's 26 going into his 6th season, which probably holds some merit, right? I don't know why I hate Tyler Boyd so much this year. The stats compared to the last 2 years aren't that far off. Less receptions, less receiving yards. More touchdowns this year than any year since 2018. But Boyd was like always my late round guy, man. Like, always. So, I don't know. But I do think KJ Osborne's going to have a nice year. Okay, so I want to go with a rookie running back here. There's a lot of good names. I mean, Bigsby, Vaughn, Brown, McIntosh, McBride. Let's go with Tank. Why not? I mean, like, it's at this point in the offseason, go with anyone there. All right, I like this team tonight. Brian, I don't mind Thielen at all. CJ Stroud's a very good passer. Yeah. It's assuming Stroud is the guy there, which I think he very well could be. Stroud at 1, Young at 2, even though Young should probably go at 1. I don't know. I'm starting to get a feeling that I think Richardson's going to fall back a little bit. I don't think. I don't know. I'm just getting that feeling that. I do think a lot of teams like him. A lot of GMs like him. I don't know. I'm just getting that feeling. I don't think it's going to be as intense as Malik Willis, right? Because we had Malik Willis kind of come out of, I don't want to say nowhere, but kind of last minute. And then was like a bona fide first round pick. And then before you know it, how far was it the third or fourth round he fell back to, you know? It's not going to be nearly as intense as that, but that's like looking at last year, I think kind of what I'm getting at in terms of a comparison. I think Richardson could just fall back in the first round. So don't ask me why. I'm just getting that feeling. You know, these things happen, right? A lot of media coverage, a lot of hype. Then draft day comes and we're sitting here like, oh, it's pick 10 and Anthony Richardson's still available, you know? All right, let's take a look at some teams. Let's do it. Thank you guys so much for drafting with me tonight, man. All right. Boss man. Up first. Prescott and Pitts. I'm good at that, man. Keep it simple. Walker, Algier, Madison, Patterson. We're rhyming. Miller and your boy Pierre Strong. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Patterson's really interesting to think about next year. I do like drafting Patterson in the 12th behind Algier is probably smart. Hill, Hopkins, London, Godwin, Mooney, Moore. Very good receiver room. Very good receiver value throughout the draft. 100%. So you're starting Prescott and Pitts, Walker and Algier, Hill and D-Hop, flexing London and Godwin. That's going to leave you with Mooney, Madison, Rondell Moore, Patterson, Miller, and Strong on the bench. Love this team. Yep. Nothing crazy here. Very good receiver room. Solid tight end. Solid quarterback. I love Walker. Really, really. I mean, I've liked Walker and everything as much as the next guy. But I'm looking at Walker going to next year. I'm really starting to like Walker. So, yeah, this is a great core roster. You've got good depth on the bench. Great team, man. Box and the Jack. Burrow and Staff infection. You guys think Stafford is even worth drafting in redraft one quarterback formats? I don't know at the moment. But anyways. I mean, you got Burrow. You're probably good, right? You're fine with Kittle. I will say, usually if I draft Kittle, I said it all last offseason, then he missed the first 2 games last year. If I draft Kittle, just give me somebody else just in case, because Kittle has a tendency to miss some time each year. C-Mac, Ramondre, Brian Robinson, Hunt, and Evans. Good running back room. Wilson, Ridley, Burks, Dotson. Like that. Talk about some sophomore receivers. Bateman and DPJ. Yeah, good receiver value tonight, man. Yeah, another good squad. We're starting Burrow and Kittle, C-Mac and Stevenson, Wilson and Ridley, flexing. I'm going to say Dotson and Brian Robinson. But, you know, you got Burks, Bateman, Hunt, DPJ, Evans. You're going to be moving around some guys throughout the year and playing the waiver. But, yeah, another good squad. Good starts. Taylor says 1.3. Meh. We got Herbie fully loaded and Goff, Schultz and Knox. I like that. Etienne, Cook, Jamal, Gibson, and running back out of Pittsburgh, never pronounced. So, yeah, good running back room. Chase, Olave, McLaurin, Brown, Davis. Good receiver room. Yeah, another good squad. Whew. I'm trying to keep in my mind as I go over teams, because you guys keep asking, best team of the night. We got Herbie and Schultz, Etienne and Cook, Chase and Olave, McLaurin and Brown as your starting roster. Going to leave you with Jamal, Gibson, Davis, Knox, Goff, and a rookie who I can't pronounce. Man, just another good build. Jeez. Yeah, just another really good core roster and good depth. Really? You thought that was a meh team? I think that's actually a pretty decent squad, man. Emil says, I think Hendon Hooker gets drafted before Richardson. That's interesting. Catch at the 1.7. Yeah, quarterbacks did fall back a bit tonight. We didn't see a quarterback off the board until 3.12. All right, Fields and Watson. You're good, man. Fryermuth and Hurst. You're good there. Diggs, Mike Williams, J-Mo, Quinn Johnston, Jones, and Downs. Obviously, it's going to depend on where Johnson and Downs land, but I love both of them right now, so that's fine. Good value, but those ADPs will shift after the draft, right? Bijan, Pollard, Mixon, Harris, yeah. Starting Fields, Fryermuth, Bijan, and Pollard. Diggs and Mike Williams, probably flexing J-Mo and Quentin Johnston or J-Mo Mixon. Either way, I mean, you got Jones in there too. Yeah, just another good squad. Dang. You guys killed it tonight. All right, let's see what Emil did. Allen Goddard. Beautiful. Barkley, Monty, Pierce, Gainwell, Singletary. Good. Adams, Evans, Cooks, Addison, Thielen, Patrick, Randall, Robinson. I mean, you're going to need one or two of those guys towards the end to step up for you. I mean, I get not everyone's bullish on Evans, but good offensive line there. It's for Godwin and Evans both. It's just going to boil down to Baker's what type of year he has, and if he doesn't have a good year, what they do at quarterback, right? Maybe it's Lamar Jackson, right? Maybe they draft someone. I don't know. But nonetheless, starting Allen and Goddard, Barkley and Monty, Adams and Evans, flexing Pierce and Gainwell. Pierce and Cooks, whatever you want to do. I mean, truthfully, in your second flex, you got Pierce, Cooks, Gainwell, Addison, Singletary, Thielen, Timmy P, Robinson. Like, you've got good depth. Like, you've got options. I mean, this team's not perfect. There's some question marks. You have to smooth some things out, but you've got a lot of good flexibilities, you know. A lot of good potential options here. So I think this is another good build, man. Yeah. Coast to coast with Cooper Kupp at the 1.1. We got to block you from getting the 1.1. I'm just kidding. It makes things spicy, so. We had to draft Mahomes at 1.1 and Bijan, now Kupp. But hey, if Kupp didn't get hurt last year, he'd probably be in that conversation right next to JJ. He was on literally a redonkulous pace, right? I mean, yeah. He literally had all but 2 games, 22 or more fantasy points. And then in those other two games, 16.4 or more. I'm not going to include the game he got hurt. So he only played through week 10. He had 812 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns, 75 receptions, and over 200 fantasy points. You know, I mean, it's just literally for comparison, 2020, he played in 15 games and had 7.7 more fantasy points than he did last year, where he only played 9 games. So. Okay, we got Jones and Purdy. I'm literally perfectly fine with that in terms of a late round QB build. Mandrews and Conquo, I'm cool with too. Kupp, Smith, Watson, JSN, Mechie, and Hyatt is beautiful. Akers, Sanders, Cook, Mitchell. Like, yeah, you're playing that kind of sketchy RB game, kind of like I did tonight. I'm not totally against it though. Starting Jones, Mandrews, Akers, and Sanders. Kupp, Smith, flexing Watson, and JSN. That leaves you with Cook, Mitchell, Mechie, and Conco, and Hyatt. This is just another nice team. You know, yeah, like your running back's going to be a little bit frustrating, but we saw a lot of builds last year where, you know, quarterback worked out, tight end worked out, receivers were stacked, and he just figured it out at running back throughout the year. J-Dubs brings that up a lot about how towards the end of the season, especially when it was colder weather, teams were fighting for playoffs. If you did not have like studly running backs, you were at a massive disadvantage, and it is a good point. So, one thing to think about, but ultimately, I think this is a pretty decent squad. Speaking of J-Dubs, you're up next, my dude. What's up, J-Dubby? How are you, broski? Tua, Timon, Rodgers. I'm okay with it. T-Hawk. I'm okay with it. J.J. Higgins, Metcalf. What in the world? Sutton, Hodgins, Shaheed. Yeah, beautiful. Harris, Gibbs, Dobbins, Herbie, Tucker. That's like your sweet spot. That like 6th to 10th round at running backs. Those are some of your consistent guys that you get, right? Which is okay. Yeah, Jefferson, Higgins, Metcalf. I mean, God. So starting 2-1, Hawkinson, JJ and Higgins, Harris, and I'm going to say Gibbs. Flexing Metcalf and Dobbins or Herbert. Leaves you with Dobbins or Herbert, Sutton, Tucker, Hodgins, Rogers, Shaheed. Yeah. Yeah, good team. You guys made this tough. I literally, like, I love your guys' teams tonight. Taylor Gang. Gino and Captain, you like that. Kirk Cousins. We got Kelsey. You're good there. I mean, late quarterback build. I'm okay with that. Waddle, Judy, Lockett, Ayuk, Thomas, Chark. Good receiver value here. Chubb, Connor, Penny, Spears, Warren. I mean, like, it's not, like, perfect, but it's not that bad either, man. Starting Gino and Kelsey, Chubb and Connor, Waddle and Judy, flexing Lockett and Ayuk. That leaves you with Thomas, Penny, Spears, Chark, Cousins, Warren on the bench. Like, it's a perfectly fine build for a redraft team. Thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for not, leaving the draft early, for paying attention. We didn't have, like, any auto picks tonight. Like, I get it that it happens. You know, I'm not mad by any means. I get that people have to leave sometimes or you miss a pick. But I feel like this was one of the more complete drafts we've had in a while. I feel like you guys were all in your zone tonight, so thank you guys. Klondike at the 1.9. Hurts and Love. I like that. I like getting love behind Hurts. Why not? Waller and Mayer. That's fine. Waller is one of those tight ends that if you draft him, I do think you should draft another tight end behind him. Hall, Jones, Kamara, Charbonnet, Pirine, Agnew is nice. Upside. Charbonnet is going to move up in ADP like crazy after the draft, though. Brown, Deontay, Flowers, Boyd. There's a weak spot of a team. Team is nice outside of receiver depth. Like, you were leaning massively on A.J. Brown. Deontay, no ceiling involved, but you'll get a floor. I like Flowers in the 10th. I like Boyd in the 13th, but just need a little bit more depth there. Hurts, Waller, Brown, Johnson, Hall, Jones. I'm going to say Charbonnet and Flowers or Boyd. I'm going to say Kamara's not someone you're going to have to start the year, but yeah, like your core roster is okay, but depth at receiver and a little bit question marks for some of your other guys, but like just in terms of, like Pirine on a new team, where's Acting go, where's Flowers go, where's Mayer go, but it's not that bad of a team. But 4 receivers make me a teensy bit queasy in a second or a 2 flex league, right? Let's see. Grail Collect. Lamar and Richardson, good at that. We're just going to play hypothetical that Lamar is playing this coming year, right? Don't know where, but he's playing somewhere. Dolchich in the 11th, I'm okay with. Maybe try to grab a second tight end. Not too many options towards the end of the draft, but like Knox fell out to the 12th, Hurst and Joku in the 12th, so Chig in the 13th, so just in case, right? Dolchich looked good last year. Sean Payton likes tight ends, but just in case. JT, Jacobs, Javonte, Zeke, just crazy, like how much things change year to year. Like, there's no way whatsoever you would have had those 4 running backs on your team last year, Foreman and James Robinson. I'm okay with that running back room. Debo, Pittman, Tony, Juju, Myers. I'm okay, but I don't personally see a ton of upside here outside of Tony. But it's okay. It's okay. Starting Lamar and Dolchich, JT and Jacobs, Debo and Pittman. I'm going to say you're flexing Tony and Juju to start the year because I don't think Javonte's going to be ready. Gonna have to see where Zeke goes. We're going to have to see what Foreman's split looks like with Herbie and if they draft a running back. And I'm very interested to see Jacoby Myers in the Raiders offense. But we also got to figure out, well, I mean, Jimmy G's there, so never mind. Yeah. Myers going to be a nice fit in that offense, I think, behind Devontae. So another pretty good build here tonight. Like I said, not a ton of upside of receiver, but like, and Lamar is obviously a little bit of a question mark right now. And Dolchich, I like to see another tight end, but still a good team. I do agree, Carter, that Richardson's upside is massive, and I don't like necessarily dislike him by any means. I'm just saying, like, in terms of when we look at, leading up to the draft and everything, and what we see on a yearly basis, I just won't be surprised if he falls back a little bit more in the draft than people are thinking. Like, if he falls outside the top 5, top 6, even top 8 or 10, I just won't be too surprised. If he gets picked 3rd overall, if a team trades up and picks him, if he goes number 1, like, I wouldn't be shocked. But I do think Stroud and Young are still going to go off the board before him. Draft for the night. Dang it. It's tough, man. That's tough. You guys, drafted very well tonight. I really do like Bossman's team. I mean, Prescott and Pitts, Walker and Algier, Hill, Hopkins, London, Godwin, with Mooney, Madison, Moore, a couple other running backs on the bench. I like that team a lot. Thought Box and the Jack got really good receiver value. Burrow, Kittle, C-Mac, Stevenson, Wilson, Ridley, Dotson and Burks, or Dotson and Robinson. There are just a lot of really good teams tonight, man. Taylor gang, as long as Gino or Kirk get you through with Kelsey, Chubb, and Connor, Waddle, Judy, Lockett, Ayuk. It's like a lot of really good teams, man. Chase we didn't go over, but he's got T-Law with Njoku, Eckler and Henry, Allen Cooper, Kirk, Pickens. With White, Moore, Lenny, Odell, Jeff Wilson, Sky Moore on the bench. That team is really good as well. And I really like J-Dubs' team. I mean, J.J. Higgins and Metcalf was beautiful. And I think the rest of that team was really well-rounded. I mean, you guys just killed it tonight, man. Taylor didn't like his team, but I liked his squad tonight. And then Be Like Chunk took Cup number 1, and I still think his team looks really good. I thought you guys just drafted really well tonight. I don't know if I want to name a best drafter of the night. Yeah, Izzy's pro day was crazy. I saw that as well. I almost drafted him just for that reason. And so I can just call him Izzy. I mean, that would make things easy for my life. Yeah, I did read about that today. He had an incredible pro day. He's going to shoot up a little bit in ADP, especially in Dynasty mocks. And people already really liked him. All right, let's take a look at my team, then I got to sign off. It's late. But I'm so glad we drafted tonight, boys. Mahomes, let's go, baby. Komet and Ingram, love it. Lamb, Amon-Ra, Moore, Lazard, Osborne. I'll take it. I'll take it for sure. Running back Swift, Pacheco, Dillon, Mostart, Carter, Bigsby. That's fine. Some issues there, realistically, at running back, but I'd be moving things around, playing the waiver, maybe trading. I'd be okay. I mean, if they don't get hurt, Swift, Pacheco, Dillon, like, I think you're okay there. Right? Swift is going to get hurt, though. Dillon is still going to be fighting with Jones and have better times of the year than other points. And Pacheco's still in an Andy Reid offense, and who knows what's going to happen, right? But I like Pacheco. Regardless, I got Mahomes, Komet or Ingram to start, Lamb and St. Brown, Swift and Pacheco, flexing DJ Moore. Then I'm able to flex Dillon, Lazard, Komet or Ingram if I really want to, Osborne. Then like Mostart, Carter, Bigsby are just kind of like insurance at the running back position. So I'm okay with that. personally. And like, those are guys I could potentially move on from if I needed to as well. So I don't mind this team. It's not perfect. It's not awful. It's not great. I would not be too upset. I kind of just went like best player available tonight. Just try to switch it up a little bit. But yeah, I'm okay with that squad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight, talking some fantasy. Sorry for the late start. I was very close to not streaming tonight. If I was not going out of town Friday, I truthfully probably would have not streamed. But I'm really happy that we did stream tonight, truthfully. So, guys, like I said, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for mock drafting with me. Smash the like button on the way out. If you guys are new to the channel, check out the links down below. Join us on Discord. Follow the Instagram. Those are the best places to get community updates, mock draft invites, all that good stuff. Hit the subscribe button, of course. You guys know what to do. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys on Discord. We will draft again tomorrow. So it looks like we're doing a Dynasty mock tomorrow, startup mock. So, and then, yeah, that's about it, man. That's about it. So, appreciate you coast to coast, Boxing the Jack, Taylor, Klondike. Thank you guys, man. Appreciate you guys so much. Appreciate all you guys. Love you guys, man. Love this community. Love the Catch fam. And, yeah, just thank you guys for coming out tonight, continuing to support the channel in the off season, and just continuing to have fantasy discussion with me and practice mock drafting, man. I'm telling you guys, the more of these mocks you pile up throughout the off season, the more you get familiar with ADP and trends and hype and where players are going, the more comfortable you're going to be when it's time for you to actually draft in August. I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, it just gives you a huge advantage. And it just keeps you on top of what is happening in fantasy. So I really appreciate you guys and just really appreciate having the opportunity to stream with you guys and everything, man. I just love doing this when I'm able to, and which is pretty frequently. So even if I push myself a little bit. So I just really appreciate you guys, man. I hope you guys know that. And yeah, just trying to push through the rest of this week, even though I have not been feeling the best. But I'm okay. Promise, I'm okay. So, Thomas, have a great night, my dude. I'm going to be that sniper just from listening. That's fine, man. Carter, have a great night, man. Thank you for the Dynasty question tonight. Hopefully we get you some good community feedback on Discord. So, all right, guys. Love you guys, man. Like I said, love you guys. Love this community. Love the Catch fam. Thank you guys so much for everything. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. So, with that, I will say, thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on The Catch. And peace.